right, Laura, we're live for our
Hey,
first podcast. How we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Doing great. Obviously, we were just talking about sick kiddos and trying to navigate that and try to
Yep,
balance life, work, fitness.
sanity.
Yeah, sanity. Yep, the entire
Yep.
thing. And you have two kids, so that's next level. That's essentially special forces compared to to the level
It's
I'm
so
at.
funny. I work with so many moms that have like 3 to 4 kids too. I'm like, I don't know how you guys do it. Like two is wild enough, and then I feel like they just like embrace it though. Like we understand the crazy, and it's crazy, and that's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, I had a funny interaction. Vivi was about 2 months old, and we were driving. So obviously, no one knows any backstory because we haven't given
Yeah.
anyone any yet. But we lived in Boston, as Laura knows, and we were driving down to North Carolina to visit her Vivi's grandparents when she was a couple months old. Go hang out, just kind of chill for like I think we stayed for a month. And I remember we were in Virginia, and this gentleman pulled up in a pickup truck, and it's Virginia, so it's kind of south. And guy had his had his pistol in a holster because it's open carry there. So it's very little culture shock compared to obviously Boston. And he saw, I think he could see how like kind of like shell shocked I was still in the kind of newborn phase. And he saw Vivi in the car seat, and he's like, "Oh, your first one, man." I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, man, yeah." And he could totally tell. He's like, "Oh yeah, man, I got four of them," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, really?" He's like, "Yeah, man, it's easy, man. It's after one or two, you just have more, and it's fine. It works out."
Yeah.
Cool.
You
So
just again, you embrace it. But you told me the other day too, like when we were in the midst of my son having the stomach bug, was like if you're, it's hard because you're a good parent, and like,
bingo.
it's I feel like hard when you care so much, but then also it's like a mindset change and shift where you can just like
Yeah,
embrace it all and like lower your expectations and just say like, hey, this is what it is. Like I still want to live my life and I still want to have fun, so let's just go with it and let's
that's right.
ride. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. And I mean, I'm literally there's a pile of laundry right next to me on
mine's
this
mine's
bed. So
mine's all hidden behind my bed.
yeah, and that's just the one that came out of the dryer. We got, one, you know how it is. You got one cooking in the washer, and then it'll go in the
Yeah.
dryer. You got one. Or you used to power lift, so one in the hole, one on deck. you know, you know that lingo, obviously. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, let's dive into this a little bit. So,
Yeah.
yeah, my name's Demarco Crum. I'm a personal trainer. Been strength coaching for 12 years, almost 13 now, and I've kind of become a kettlebell nerd. I'm really into just full body kettlebell workouts, and we're going to talk more about that as we progress through this podcast. But I love the minimalist nature of it. I think it's a great tool for every person, period, but especially as a busy parent. I've been able to get really amazing results with my own fitness with honestly one kettlebell, a hanging pull up bar, an ab wheel, and a jump rope. Those four pieces of equipment of what I've been using for the last 4 years. I mean, I've been stay at home parent the last 4 years, so it's so yeah. And I got into fitness. I was a skinny kid. I used to get my butt kicked all the time. I got bullied a lot. So I remember watching The Terminator and Rambo and Predator and all that, and seeing Stallone and Schwarzenegger. And I guess my male brain made the association of if I work out and get bigger and stronger, people won't mess with me. And there's some truth to it. More so for me for the mental health aspect of increasing confidence and self-efficacy and all that stuff like we used to like to talk about as fitness professionals. But yeah, it's been a wonderful journey, and I love fitness. It's a huge part of my life, and what I want to accomplish with this is to share with all of you wonderful people how Laura and I are able to not only run our businesses, but most importantly, make our fitness a part of our life, versus what a lot of parents do. And I get it; it's very easy to just kind of you know put it to the side for months, years, sometimes decades. So we're here to arm you with actionable knowledge so that you can kind of take it back, get back into the game, and give you some actionable takeaways. Laura, give me your quick superhero fitness origin
Cool.
story, please.
That's an interesting one. I hated working out. I like grew up overweight. I was like the girl in the corner of I keep imagining my like the graduation parties after high school. I was the girl in the corner at
Yep.
the graduation parties just eating. Like, and maybe that was like a little bit of social anxiety because I wasn't like super confident in myself. And then I'm also like a huge science nerd. So when I had to pick a major for college, I like everyone in my family is nurses, all the females are.
Oh yeah.
So I knew I'd yeah, and I didn't want to go into nursing because I like hated the thought of like, cutting skin and like seeing organs and everything.
Yeah.
Like, what can I do that's still like science related, science of the body, and then I, like, literally was reading the course catalog, for UConn, and I saw kinesiology, the degree, the option to, like, choose that
Yeah.
for my education. Well, you know what? That sounds really cool. Let's go with it. And here I am. I hated working out, and yet I still chose an exercise science degree. Made kinda no sense, but I fell into it, and I fell completely in love with it.
Awesome.
Um
Yeah.
yeah, and then I obviously started working out. I had like courses where like you had to work out, and you had to learn how to lift. And what I really was inspired by was just the community aspect of it. And obviously, I became a trainer too. I've been in fitness for like almost 14 years now. But what I love about working out and strength training, it's an opportunity for you to learn that being uncomfortable isn't necessarily a bad thing. And it could teach you strength in all aspects of your life that you're stronger than you ever thought you were. But also, there can be such a supportive community behind it. There's so many people that are intimidated by working out, so intimidated by trainers, so intimidated by going to the gym and, fearing being judged. And
Absolutely.
yeah, I found the complete opposite. Whereas like I liked going to the gym. I liked the community. I liked the support that I had because I never really had that in any other aspect of my life. And so obviously like I fell into it, gravitated towards it, and that's what has kept me in it for so long. I love the support and I love the community of everyone just trying to better themselves and empower themselves.
That's awesome. I love that. I'm definitely clipping part of that for a
Yeah.
post later because it was
Awesome.
solid gold.
Yeah.
And I love that. And Laura, that's really you know, most of my I think probably if I look back on my career, it's probably been about 70% female and 30% male. I feel like guys are stubborn. We're not so good at asking for help. But
No.
again, not knocking them. I have some wonderful male clients. Not saying I'm knocking them, but I have to say, if toe to toe, pound for pound, my females would crush you guys. Sorry, it's just true. but that's what I strive for when I train clients, especially train female clients if they feel uncomfortable going into the fitness space. I always say I want you to feel almost like Neo in the Matrix, and you don't know what's going on, but then you kind of discover for yourself. Not really. I'm facilitating it. I want it to be less about me and more about you and your journey. But when we reach a point where you're going into the gym on your own and you look around, you're like, okay, I see a squat rack, I see a dumbbell, I see a kettlebell, I see this band, I see this rower. I know what to do. And I feel like I belong here and I feel confident and I feel ready and I'm armed with what I need. I've done my job. That's winning for me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's more important than just simple metrics of like, oh, I need to lose X number of pounds, X% body fat, which are great. They're great goals. I'm not
Great
knocking
goals.
them,
Yep. Yep.
obviously. Those tend to get people started
Yep.
on the journey.
Yep.
So I think that's obviously really, really cool. But that's you totally just totally nailed it as far as kind of what I strive to do with my clients. So which is great because there's such a there and it really in the community aspect especially. That's the funny part. You meet these really jacked, power lifter types, bodybuilder guys, and guys and girls, and with a rare exception, there's always they say there's a bad apple in every bunch.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, they're some of the nicest people you've ever met. They're so chill,
Really is.
they're super helpful. They're very encouraging. And you just wouldn't if you didn't know anything about that culture, you'd think, oh my god, these are a bunch of just like alpha male,
Heads.
alpha
Yeah.
female, apex predators that would just eat you if they could. You know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean? But literally, it's almost like dogs. And as you know, you have a very big dog, so you get this too. I
Yeah.
feel like almost the bigger the lifter, the more chill they are. I've
Yeah.
noticed they're friendlier.
It's true, and I think, like, and this is what I say about, like, all exercise too, it's like, it's almost its own stress relief too, and
Yes.
and like I said, like, it gives you such a different outlook on life, literally, and it sounds, like, so cliche and so silly that, like, lifting weights is gonna, like, change your entire life to make you a more relaxed person, But again, it teaches you how to push past your comfort zone, teaches you how to do
Absolutely.
uncomfortable things. So you are empowered, so you are stronger. And then it gives you just this level of confidence, but without an ego. To just say, like, hey, this is my life, this is what I do. Like, I'm confident in myself. I know I'm strong. I know I'm a strong person. So let's just go like have some fun.
I could not agree more. You're just again, you're MJ in the finals right now. You're throwing up shot after shot after shot, sinking them. I love it. And
But
it's exactly, and that's the reason I reached out to you about doing this with you is we've got very similar values, very similar lifestyles, life situations and experiences, and it's awesome. So I'm super pumped. And we have not come up with a title for this podcast yet. We will figure it out. But generally, what we're working on here is we want to give health, fitness, and lifestyle tips for busy AF parents. It'll
yep,
come to me. I'm going to get an
eh,
epiphany, like in the
we're close. We're so
shower,
close.
walking the dog. It's going to hit me. You know how a lot of times ideas hit you when you're not thinking about them? That kind of like Isaac Newton, apple falling on the head moment. So it'll come. But and if you have any ideas, comment below, please.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
do
Let's
do our
have some
job.
fun.
Do our job for us.
We're here to
Help out.
resonate with your lives too. Like this is
Yeah.
we're just like also normal people, and that's what I also try to explain to people.
Yes.
Like we're just normal. Like I really love fitness, you really love fitness, but it doesn't mean we're like on some pedestal and like live this like lavish life either. No,
No.
like as we were saying, like, we have sick kids right now. It's not fun. Like we're in the trenches of like I was cleaning up a lot of stuff this week that I didn't really want to clean up. And that was my life. And I
Yep.
was just trying to fit everything else in under the sun on top of just like snuggling with my kids all week long.
Exactly. Oh yeah. No,
We're
no,
we're
it's a
not
lot.
magic here.
No, we're not. It's a lot, and it's a lot to juggle. And I mean, obviously, people that are listening to this that are parents will totally relate to it. And I will say, if you happen to be listening to this and you're not a parent, a lot of this advice will still be very useful for you because we all go through seasons of life. You're going to go through periods where you're busy, you're traveling. I can't tell you how many clients that I've worked with that have had older parents and they've had to like move back in with their parents or have their parents move back in with them, and then suddenly they don't have as much time to train, as much time as they usually do, and then but they take what they've learned from the sessions, the mobility, the strength stuff, the core stuff, and they kind of put together something on their own. Which again, I love that level of confidence, that level of competency. I can't remember what it's called. It's there's what unconscious incompetence, and you slowly work yourself up to unconscious competence. So that's a moment that I love that happens with my clients. So in the manner of respecting everyone's time, we're going to dive into our one main topic of the day. Laura, I'm handing the ball over to you. I'm putting you under pressure. I did not tell you what the topic was, so
No, you didn't.
we're shooting from the hip here. This is Wild West. Give me two full body or actually, let me not even preface anything. Busy parent, they want to try to get two workouts in a week, 10 to 15 minutes a time. Boom. What do you got for them?
Okay. Number one, we do dead bugs for core exercise, squats for leg exercise, glute bridges for hinged hamstrings, like posterior chain exercise, and then uh, let's see, we'll pick push-ups. I know, and this is like a thing where like females can be really intimidated by push-ups. Push-ups in my world can mean on the floor and maybe the ones you're intimidated by, but on your toes, on your knees, it can also be elevated. You do push-ups at your countertop, and I could care less. Like as long as you do them
That's
against the
right.
wall, whatever makes you feel comfortable and eases like your confidence level in them to be able to do them in the first place is perfect.
I couldn't agree more. I think that's great. And I'll be honest with you, I have used the countertop for my own workouts as well, for push-ups as well. And this is the cool thing is it's scalable to each person's individual level. I've had clients that are just starting off and we're doing like just like Laura said, elevated push-ups, hands up on a counter or a bench or maybe a bed, depending on how firm the mattress is, or an ottoman or something, use it that way. I actually use it myself. I've been doing one-arm push-up training. So it's been
Hey,
my
look at you.
way to scale because I can't really do a full one from the floor right now. So that's my way to scale it for myself. So there's plenty of ways to grow and to continue to use that strategy that Laura just laid out for you. But that's great. So you said dead bug, squat, glute bridge, and push up. That's pretty
Yep.
solid. I mean, that's a
Yep.
4 exercise circuit, full body. it's pretty good. I mean, that's a great, that's honestly a great start. And you can, did you have anything else to add to that?
Oh no, I'm like my gears are going now. I'm like I can come up with the other one like right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
The
I
other one
know.
is, yeah, I say, and also like lunges are really good. Lunges are awesome. That's like one of my favorite exercises to do. Single leg strength, you get your balancing aspect in it too. And then like rows are awesome. So you said you like training with kettlebells. I actually really every time I use a kettlebell, I think about you, but I don't use them that often.
Yeah.
I love bands, like bands in a door.
Bands are great. Yeah.
Like the little anchor point, you could change the height of the band,
Hmm. Hmm.
and then I like doing rows with the bands in the door. Nice and
That's
simple.
awesome. I
Yeah.
love that. Yep, bands are awesome. I mean, that's I may get in trouble bringing this up. Laura might get mad at me, but when I bring up this name because there's a lot of baggage. But Tom Brady when he came out with his
Oh, I'm
TB12 program, I that was cool though with the bands, the resistance bands. There
Yeah.
were videos of them doing banded rows and pull downs, and there were people kind of making fun of it. But at the end of the day, it's resistance is resistance, and a lot of those same coaches that were making fun of it pre-COVID suddenly started using a lot of bands during the shutdown pandemic. I remember taking a resistance band, looping it around a fence, and I had clients doing, standing rows. We were doing pal off press walkouts, that kind of stuff. So it's a great tool, and anything that's just quick that you can get in. My philosophy with fitness lately, especially for myself and for my clients who have really busy schedules and lifestyles, is treat fitness like robbing the bank. Get in, get the workout in,
Okay,
and
yep.
GTFO. Get the work
Mhm.
done. There will be other seasons of life where you'll have more time. You will be able to take more time to do, all the stuff that you want to do, your accessory work, extended mobility sessions. Try to get the minimum effective dose. Get that little bit that you can in. And on days when you have more time, do more. On days when you have less time, do less. We can turn that volume knob up and down depending on the day. So yeah, that's just kind of a reframe that's been really helpful for me. I'll go ahead and give you a quick one as well. And what I will
Yeah.
do below, I'll type this out for you guys so that you can have something to look at as a reference. And in the future, when we plan this stuff ahead of time a little bit better, we'll also film some videos for you. We can weave them in, put in some clips for you. So we'll give you guys some good resources because it's all about value. I want you guys to walk away with a ton of value. So you chose push up and glute bridge and dead bug and what was the last one you chose? You
Squats.
squats. Those are great.
Yep.
So I'm
Yep.
gonna change it up ever so slightly. I love the hollow body hold, which is it's also a
Oh
great
yeah.
move. I still think the dead bug is solid because you're getting that movement in, but I also like the hollow body hold because it's also scalable. We can get you kind of in that starting position of the dead bug, arms,
Yep.
arms and knees up, and then we can just slowly extend out to lengthen the lever arm. So I'm gonna say hollow body hold for the first one. I'm gonna choose reverse lunge. I know you mentioned lunge earlier, but I'm gonna officially say
You do it. Yep.
officially select reverse lunge, and then third exercise. I'm gonna say a row. You mentioned row as like
Okay. Yep.
a potential, and if you want a way to make sure that you can do a row, I've got a simple hack for you. If you don't have a kettlebell or a dumbbell or any kind of a weight, grab a grocery bag, throw some food cans in it, set yourself up on a bench or an ottoman or a couch, and row that way. So very,
Yep.
very simple way to do it. Obviously, the more cans you add, the more weight. Maybe you have to double bag it. That's totally fine. But that's a simple way to, again, scale the movement based on your ability. So yeah, I typically go kind of 3 exercise circuits is kind of the way I
Okay.
typically program. But again, this is great because we're seeing different philosophies come into play. So we've got hollow body hold, row, reverse lunge. So those
First
three
one.
movements
Yep.
there. And I'll give you my quick parameters, and then Laura can certainly give you hers. Again, I'll type this stuff below for you guys to see, but I typically go anywhere from 2 to 4 rounds on the circuit based on what your ability level is, based on what your conditioning is. If you get through 1 or 2 rounds and you're just dead and you feel like you don't have anything left, that's fine. I typically don't train people to failure. So every once in a while, we'll do a little arm workout, have some fun, and push it a little bit. But for the most part, we definitely prioritize obviously movement, efficiency, competency, and doing things well, particularly with core stuff because we don't want to get you out of position and tweak your back up and all that good stuff. So, but Laura, go ahead. So you threw up the exercises. What are
Yep.
your kind of parameters you use?
Honestly, really, really similar. So 2 to 4 sets typically, but it's also dependent on time, right? Like if you have 5 minutes and you just need to get something done, get 1 set and that's perfectly fine. If you have 20 minutes, maybe you get a couple extra, or you do like a full circuit and then again, my brain always goes. You do maybe 3 sets of the 4 exercises I recommended, but 1 set of the ones you recommended also. You have extra time. That's always an option. But I'm right there with you, especially as like busy parents that are probably exhausted 90% of the time. Don't train till failure because then you're not gonna be able to recover, you're not gonna be able
Yep.
to your body won't be able to rest the way it needs to, and then you're just gonna be more exhausted, and then your stress levels go up, and your body is just gonna be, like, burnt out. So do less than failure. I always say, like, 60 to 70% of
Yeah.
your effort,
Yep.
and then you're gonna be able to do it the next day also, and the day after, rather than, get completely, like, shut down by this one workout and never wanna work out again in your life.
I could not agree more. I think that's great. Solid philosophy, solid mindset to practice. I will say as another. So again, we're bringing you as much value as we can. I actually have a 10 to 15 minute full body mobility video that I filmed a few years ago. That's on YouTube. I will link that below for you guys as well. Something for you to follow. And it's a great one. You can do it pre-workout if you have the time. You can also do it at other times of the day. I typically like to do it every day. I try to. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not perfect, obviously, because that's the whole point. We're busy
Yep,
and doing our
yep.
best. But I will put that below for you as well. That's a great thing that you can do just to get your joints moving, your hips, your upper back, your shoulders, and help you move better and feel better. Because if you move better and feel better, you're gonna perform better, you're gonna recover better, and
Agree.
nothing but good stuff is gonna happen. So
And you'll
uh,
probably wanna keep doing it too. The more you feel it, the more you understand that it's a good thing for your life, and the more you'll be able to stick with it.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, and final thought for me, and then we'll let Laura, if Laura has anything to add,
Yep.
because again, we're trying to. I said 10 to 15 minutes. It's probably going to be more like 20 to 30, but that's still good.
So it
That's
won't
still
be long,
short.
that's okay.
It's still shorter. I mean, it's not. We're not Joe Roganing it or Andrew Huberman level length. So that's still pretty good. But I want you to try to get out of the fixed mindset and that kind of the mindset of absolutes where I have to work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. And if
Mm,
I don't work out Monday, it's a bad week and I just need to skip. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. My weeks look different. Every single week for me is
yeah.
a little bit different. I always strive to do typically 4 workouts a week. I try to do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. You know how this week went? I didn't work out Monday. I worked
Mm,
out Tuesday. I didn't work out Wednesday. I worked out Thursday. My plan is to work out today and then work out tomorrow. So I'm still going to average my 3 to 4 workouts a week, but I don't always do the workouts on the exact day. So, and that's still considered being consistent because if you look at the averages, you look at the numbers, you look at the trends, for the last 4 years that I've been a parent, I've probably averaged about 2.5 to 3 workouts a week, which is pretty damn good. I mean, I would
good.
say I'm pretty happy with that. I've been able to get great results. I'm building strength, and yeah. So I think the results speak for them, and I'm happy with my progress, with my process and my progress. So I think that's an important piece there too. So Laura, do you have anything else to add? Kind of tie this thing up with a bow.
I'll just kind of piggyback what you said. My whole philosophy, again, after becoming a parent, is just embrace the inconsistencies and staying consistent. So literally exactly what you said, how work through exercise myself, how I train my clients is we get 3 to 4 workouts per week. It doesn't matter what days, doesn't matter what times, doesn't matter if your kids are with you, doesn't matter if you're by yourself, whether you're at home, whether you're at the gym, because same thing, my weeks are different every single week too. So it doesn't matter how it's done as long as it gets done. And again, if you think about like taking it back where you don't have to give 100% effort every single workout and you're just doing something, then that's a win. That's a win in my book.
I couldn't agree more. I think that's a great way to close it. So to summarize really quick, I will put the exercises that Laura and I selected below. I'll label them so you can that way you don't try to do them all together because that would be too
I
much
think you're
one
good. That
day.
would be a lot.
Put those below. I'll put the mobility thing below as well. And if anyone has any questions or wants any additional feedback or guidance, feel free to comment below. Let us know. I'm very excited. We've got a ton of value that we're going to be giving you guys, and we'll talk about this next time. But we've got some courses that we're doing as well, some stuff that we're working on. So it's going to be fun. So
Yeah,
all
I'm
right,
excited.
Laura, it was great chatting with you. We just kind of, this was Wild West. We shot from the hip, but I think
I
we
love
did all
it.
right. It was pretty
We can do
solid.
this all day long too. So it's a good matchup.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.